Right, and so it begins, the journey into the round of 64 here on the Axeltoss stream. We started out with the round of 128. We saw games from Marine King Prime and Nesty. We saw games from Pult and Hero. We saw games from Dong, Ray, Goo, and Symbol. And we rounded out with games from Squirtle. But here we are in the round of 64, and we're going to start out with spawning the top left-hand location in this best of 3. It's going to be the Blue Zerg player, Coca. His opponent in the bottom right-hand location, the red Terran player, Marine King Prime. Let's speed it up a little bit. We have a lot of replays to get through. I promise nothing terribly interesting is going on right now. I'll let you know if anything crazy happens. Checking on the gas timings of the command center. Looks like no gases just yet. This implies Marine King Prime going for the racks command center opening. Actually, he has a 2 racks opening. And how many of you remember? Were any of you here 4 hours ago at 6 a.m. Central Time when we started off with the Marine King Prime games? Tell me what happened in the chat. What happened in the chat? In the chat, tell me what happened. Tell me what happened in the chat. What did we see? What did we see 3 games in a row in a TVT from Marine King Prime? 3 games in a row, we saw the same exact thing. Who's been with me from the beginning? Who's been with me from the beginning? Tell me the exact strategy Marine King Prime used in 3 straight games. Was no one here that long? No one? You guys are making me sad. I need the exact build order that Marine King Prime used the first 3 games, because he did the exact same thing. Alright. Why are you guys sleeping? You shouldn't be sleeping. But we have 2 gases being taken by Marine King Prime soon after the command center. And by the way, he did a proxy marauder 3 games in a row. And I forgive you guys, it's okay. 3 games in a row he did a proxy marauder. Well done for him. But Coca with plenty of lings on the field. No gases taken just yet. Marine King Prime went for that proxy racks, ended up canceling it. Wants to try to get the fast wins. I don't see why not. 2 gases being added in his main base implies he wants to go for a faster starport, which would make sense. Going to be adding on the reactor to the barracks, then transitioning that factory over to that reactor, throwing the tech lab onto the barracks, and then building a starport. Oh, very clever move there from Marine King Prime. Was able to get the command center completed. Please no spoilers in the chat. No spoilers in the chat. Oh, a second factory going down from Marine King. So he's going to go into the fast Blue Fan Hellions, I would imagine. Tech Lab going to be added on the factory. And then, oh, it's going to be... So, is he going double Reactor Hellions? Is that what he's doing here? There is no delay on the stream, because this is a replay. No reason to have a delay. So he's going to go double Reactor Factory with lots of Hellions. Please don't link the bracket in the chat either. Because the bracket does contain heavy spoilage. Heavy spoilage in that bracket. So if you really want to find the bracket and spoil yourself, then go to Team Liquid or whatever. But please do not put them in my chat. Thank you. Lots of Hellions on the way here from Marine King. Wants to do a lot of damage with them. But guess what? Coca has 4 queens in the middle of the map and 2 queens at his hatcheries. So he has 6 queens total on the field. Just now getting his gases. Actually, yeah, just not getting his gas. Adding on more and more drones. Hellion's trying to be aggressive, but how much damage can Marine King actually get done with this Hellion aggression? Bracket is like a very old bowl of fruit, lots of spoilage. That's funny. That was good. I have clever people in my chat. We have a Roachborn on the way here from Coca. So did he scout what his opponent is doing? Yes. He had an Overlord over those 2 factories on the reactors. Now is he going to get Blue Flame? Or is this just going to be siege mode and tanks? 2 tanks on the field. Hellion is now marching on over to the 3rd base of Coca, Marine King Prime. Can he fry away that hatchery? Probably not. These queens need to be careful. Sure, they want to go engage, but they have to protect their drones. They have to protect their drones. So to a certain extent, you know, they have to stay home to prevent the Hellish from going by. 2 queens about to go down, but nice transfuses there from Coca. Gonna lose 1 queen. Gonna lose 2 queens. Marine King doing a decent amount of damage with these Hellions, but keep in mind, these are just extra queens that Coca has. He's okay losing 2 of them. Obviously, he doesn't want to lose all of them, but he didn't lose any of his economy. His third is still up. His economy is just fine right now. Behind this, Marine King. Starting heavy with that tank production. Tech Lab researching siege mode. +1 weapons on the way. Going to be getting up a substantial army before moving out once again, I would imagine. Fast forwarding a little bit because nothing's going on. And we have a lot of replays to get through. MKP now looks like he wants to push across the map. Does Coca have what it takes to respond to this? Let's take a look at what he has. Banelings, Lings, and Roaches. 1-1 on the way, not yet done. Baneling Spade on the way, not yet done. Gladiator Constitution almost done, but not there just yet. Third, well saturated. Income tab shows 55 to 49 in favor of Coca. Coca trying to engage here before the tank siege up. The Banelings getting some solid connections onto the Marines of Marine King Prime. Coca now have 101 to 89 in that supply count. Coca going to take out all the tanks. 3 queens remain, but there's still 1 tank remaining and getting repaired by those SCVs. So Coca going to have to wait for reinforcements before engaging this once again, but here come those Roaches. Marine King going to back up for now. Not the best engagement for him. Not the best engagement for him. Coca has to be feeling very comfortable. Up to 103 supply to Marine King's 80. Income, again, 55 to 49 in favor of Coca. Marine King hasn't been able to do too much. 0 workers killed for Marine King at this point in the game, in the TVZ. Behind this, Marine King still adding on those tanks. Looks like he's adding on a starport as well, going into Marauder and Marine production. So not really sticking to Bio, not really sticking to Mech, going somewhere in between. Adding on 2 additional racks here as well. Are any engineering bays on the way? Yes, there's an engineering bay on the ground. +1 armor on the way. 4th on the way for Coca as well. Marching across the map with lots of Lings, Banelings, and Roaches. Is he really going to try to be aggressive with this? He's off creep, and he has a decent lead. You don't want to throw away units at this point in the game, especially when your lead is this substantial. We have Infestors on the way as well as Burrow. Stim just now being started by Marine King. Very late Stim. I wonder if he forgot it. 2 Medevacs on the way as well. More Overlords in production, and now Coca looks like he wants to be aggressive. Wants to deny the 3rd from going down from his opponent. Tank siege up in a pretty nice location here from Marine King Prime. Has 2 on the low ground, 1 on the high ground, actually 3 on the high ground. Very nice defensive status here for him. Coca spreading creep absolutely everywhere, marching along the left-hand side and the right-hand side, as well as up the middle. Marine King has to start thinking about figuring out a way to hold off this creep spread, or at least deny it from getting too crazy. We have a Hive and a Spire on the way for Coca, implying he wants to go for the Broodlord production fairly soon. 2-2 on the way as well, so right when 2-2 completes, he will be able to start 3-3 for those Zerglings, and potentially Ultralisk if he decides to go that route. There's plenty of gas banked at the moment, going to keep prioritizing that. Add his additional expansions, adding on additional Spine Crawlers as well, just in case the drops decide to occur from his opponent. Marine King so good with his drops, so not too surprising to see that going on. 1-1 upgrades here for Marine King. Now exceeding his opponent in supply. Coca biding his time, perhaps waiting for Max, perhaps waiting for Broodlords. Marine King now deciding to push across the map, going to scan periodically, I would imagine. Preemptively splitting up his units, but decent fungal growth there from Coca. Nailing about 2 tanks, 3 Marines, and 3 Marauders. Not bad at all, but the creep is actually getting disgusting. Covering the top 2/3 of the map. Marine King doesn't even care. Just going to proceed forward. Feels like he has the time here and wants to hit it. However, there is a counterattack of a bunch of links into the natural 3rd base of Marine King. Might go straight into the natural expansion. Marine King is he going to turn around? No, he's not going to continue forward. Nice fungal growth there from Coca. Marine King isn't going to stop. Coca needs those Broodlords on the field, but doesn't even have a Great Aspire. Has Corruptors, and Marine King has such a ferocious army at this point in time. The 3rd of Marine King is getting absolutely messed up. The natural as well. I'm going to take a quick shot of that. Back to the natural expansion of Coca, trying to scramble. Trying to decide, okay, what do I do from here? Trying to get Infestors on the field, but is this a base trade situation? It could be. I don't see how Cook... Oh, boy. We have burrowed Banelings. Did Marine King spot that? Are we going to see some destruction and death? Are we going to see destruction and death? There's the scan! Oh, Marine King with the clutch scan. Keep in mind, Ling's still doing work at Marine King's base, but there's 2 supply depots here. There's a wall, so Theoretically, Marine King can just repair all day. Natural expansion falls. Keep in mind some units going into the third base, trying to do some damage there. Marine King proceeding up into the main base of Coca, only has roaches left to defend. A few banelings behind and 2 infestors. Marine King has so much stuff, up to 122 supply to the 100 of Coca. Fungo goes going down, nailing a lot of these Marines and Marauders, doing plenty of damage as Coca. But Marine King sieging up once again, and he has depleted the Ling count from his opponent. Still a lot of Lings in the middle of the map here from Coca, not sure entirely what he's doing with that. Trying to get more and more Lings on the field. 3 Ultras are on the way as well. And slowly, Coca kind of catching up in supply. Trying to clean up what he can. Now ahead in supply, 102 to 99. This game is starting to get a little bit wonky. 3 Corruptors chilling in the air, wondering what to do with their lives. Getting his plating on the way. 4 additional Ultras. Coca is at 2-2. Ultra Cavern on the right-hand side of the map. Marine King now out of bio. Kinda, sorta. Only 5 Marauders and 2 Marines remaining, but he does have a squadron of units on the bottom side of the map at his own base. Lots of Marines there, a couple tanks as well, a few Marauders scattered in there. But the question is, how does Marine King get his army together? In order to make it home, these troops have to travel through miles of creep, miles of enemy territory. They are behind enemy lines. MKP, his main army, is tasked with the mission of rescuing them. But Coca swarming forward here, taking Marine King off guard, killing his entire tank force and the rest of his Marines and Marauders. But now Marine King Prime advancing up to the last remaining base of Coca, targeting down that hatchery. The Zerglings coming forward though. The Marine King not changing his target fire. Now going to change his target fire to the Lings. But so many Ultras here. And Coca now ahead 79 to 37 in that supply count. Medevacs might be taken out. In fact, they will be. Marine King down, now down to 41 in that supply. Coca at 78. Coca playing an incredible game. Great crisis management throughout this game. Again, this is the first game of a best of 3. The winner will advance to the round of 32 of the Korean Qualifier of TSL4. Coca looking to engage. Marine King nearly depleted at his natural expansion as far as minerals are concerned. Marine King going to be sieging up on his high ground. A lot of mules being dropped, and there's like no money left here. 250 is like the highest, the richest mineral field, but these mules are going to mine this out right now. Oh, and Coca still has active creep tumors here. I don't see how Marine King wins this game. I don't see it. Coca retaking. Even though he's not mining, he's retaking his base. You know, anything can happen, especially when Marine King Prime is involved, especially when a Terran player is involved. Just kidding. That was a little mean. Coca biding his time. When is he going to attack? Let's see. Gonna go for it right now. Killing a lot of SCVs here. And where's Marine King Prime's army? Only 1 tank remaining, 2 Marauders, a few Marines, 2 siege tanks on the high ground. Coca backing away, just trying to prevent his opponent from taking a third, and he's not going to take it anytime soon, considering the creep is all the way to Marine King Prime's natural expansion. Look at this creep spread from Coca. Marine King Prime moving some siege tanks down to the low ground. Banley Nest on the way for Coca, adding on additional Lings. Coca. Is he allowing Marine King back into this game? There's that question to ask. Marine King, his supply is way better off than it once was. Coca not lifting, not increasing his supply at as fast of a rate as his opponent is. That was hard to get out. Marines now leaving the comfort of their main base. Siege tanks getting some decent shots off, but Coca just wants to kill those Marines and back away. Wants to prevent this creep from being killed. And look at this! Coca has successfully made it all the way to the south side of the map with his creep. Looks like there's going to be a counterattack of Marauders advancing to this base from Coca. Trying to target down that hatchery. I don't think that's going to be enough, though, considering Coca is backing up to try to deal with this. Marine King going to be lifting up that medevac and returning to top side of the map. Command Center wishes he could... Oh, so much creep. Marine King, I'm sorry, man. You're starved. I don't know what you can do from here. I don't know what you can do from here, my friend. My dear friend, Marine King. Only, let's see, he does have 6 siege tanks on the field, but Coca's army is kind of good. It's kind of good. Marine King biding his time. You know, I like that he's trying. In a seemingly unwinnable situation. I don't think he has enough money to even repair this command center. In fact, he doesn't. But Coca, you know, playing safe as well, refusing to engage into a potential location where it would not be optimal for him to engage. Waiting for his opponent to leave his base before deciding to engage. And I'm okay with that. He has map control right now, as is implied by the ridiculous amount of creep spread. Nothing that shoots up is on the field, so these corruptors are able to do plenty of damage. In fact, that command center is going to burn down because there's no money remaining here for Marine King. Actually, there we go. Long distance mining, so we'll be able to repair that overload. Now, here we go. Coca bringing a lot of lings forward. Has plenty of minerals and plenty of gas at this point in time. Will this be the moment we've all been waiting for? Coca finally deciding to engage, leading with the ultras, but the lings getting clumped up here. The siege tank's doing a decent amount of damage, but there we go. Coca going to be moving forward here and cleaning up Marine King's entire army, and there's the GG. Coca takes game number 1 of this best of 3 over Marine King. Surprising to some, perhaps. Surprising to Coca? Probably not. But we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be advancing on into game 2 of this best of 3. This is the Korean qualifier for TSL4.